You know, there's something we don't talk about nearly enough as we get older. Something that can feel a little embarrassing or uncomfortable to bring up. Have you ever noticed a certain, smell that seems to linger around some older folks? Maybe you've even caught a whiff of it on yourself and thought, where is that coming from? Now, before you worry, let me tell you, this isn't about poor hygiene or being dirty. In fact, it's something completely natural, and most people don't even understand why it happens. That's why today we're going to talk about why some elderly people develop that distinctive scent, and more importantly, what we can do about it. Because knowledge is power, and when we understand what's going on in our bodies, we can take simple steps to feel fresher and more confident. Every day, so why does this happen? Well, it all comes down to a few key changes in our bodies as we age. The first thing to know is that our skin changes dramatically. When we're younger, our skin produces plenty of oils that keep it soft and supple. But as we get older, those oils start to dry up and our skin becomes thinner, more fragile. At the same time, our sweat glands don't work quite like they used to. Now, here's where it gets interesting. There's a particular substance called 2-noninal, a fancy word, I know, but stick with me. This is a natural compound that builds up in our bodies over time, and research has shown that it's one of the main culprits behind that old person smell. Unlike when we were younger, our bodies don't break it down as efficiently, so it lingers on our skin and in our clothes. And because our skin is drier, it's easier for odors to stick around. But that's not the only factor. Another big reason has to do with our metabolism, the way our bodies process food and chemicals. As we age, our metabolism slows down, and that means certain compounds that would have been flushed out quickly in our younger years now hang around longer. Some medications can also play a role, altering our body chemistry in ways that affect how we smell. Now, here's the good news. Just because this is a natural part of aging doesn't mean we're stuck with it. There are simple, practical things we can do to stay fresh and comfortable. For starters, staying hydrated is key. Drinking enough water helps flush out toxins and keeps our skin healthier, which means fewer odors sticking around. And choosing the right skincare products, gentle, moisturizing soaps and lotions, can make a big difference in keeping our skin balanced. Another thing to consider are laundry habits. Over time, fabrics can hold onto odors, especially if we're using the same detergent we've used for years. Switching to a detergent designed to tackle stubborn smells, or adding a cup of white vinegar to the wash cycle, can help break down those lingering compounds in our clothes. Now, I know this might feel like a sensitive topic. No one wants to think they smell different as they age. But here's the truth. Every stage of life comes with its own changes, and there's no shame in adapting to them. The real wisdom is in understanding what's happening and taking small, easy steps to feel our best. And guess what? We've only just scratched the surface. There's more to this story, like how diet plays a role, why certain fabrics make a difference, and other little-known tricks to staying fresh. So let's keep going and uncover even more ways to tackle this natural part of aging with confidence and grace. Middle points: diet, fabrics, and freshness. Tips. You know, sometimes the smallest changes can make the biggest difference, especially when it comes to how we feel in our own skin. Now that we've talked about why our bodies develop that distinctive scent as we age, let's dive into some of the surprising factors that can either help or make things worse. First up, what we eat. Believe it or not, our diet plays a huge role in how we smell. Just like certain foods can give us bad breath, they can also affect our body odor. Spicy foods, for example, garlic, onions, even strong spices like curry, can leave behind compounds that seep out through our pores. Now, I'm not saying you should give up your favorite meals, but if you've noticed stronger body odor than usual, it might be worth paying attention to what's on your plate. On the flip side, some foods can actually help keep us smelling fresher. Fresh herbs like parsley and mint have natural deodorizing properties. Fruits and vegetables high in chlorophyll, think leafy greens, cucumbers, and apples, can help neutralize odors from the inside out. And let's not forget about water. Again, Staying hydrated doesn't just help our skin, it also dilutes the compounds in our sweat that can lead to stronger smells. Now, here's something you might not have considered: the fabrics we wear. As we get older, our skin becomes more sensitive, and the wrong materials can trap odors instead of letting them breathe. Synthetic fabrics like polyester might feel lightweight, but they don't absorb moisture well, meaning sweat, and the smells that come with it, can cling to them. On the other hand, natural fibers like cotton, linen, and even bamboo are more breathable and less likely to hold onto odors. And here's a little laundry secret: baking soda is your best friend. Tossing a half cup into your wash cycle helps break down stubborn smells in clothes. For really persistent odors, soaking clothes in a mix of water and baking soda before washing can work wonders. And if you've ever noticed that musty smell in towels or bedding, a splash of white vinegar in the rinse cycle can freshen them right up, without leaving any vinegar scent behind. But let's talk about something even more personal: our skincare routine. As we age, our skin's pH balance shifts, and that can make us more prone to dryness, and yes, odor. Harsh soaps might seem like they're cleaning better, but they can actually strip away natural oils, leaving skin dry and more likely to develop that telltale scent. Instead, look for gentle, pH-balanced cleansers, and don't skip the moisturizer. A light, fragrance-free lotion can help keep your skin's natural barrier intact, which means fewer odors sticking around. One more tip: pay attention to overlooked areas. Our feet, for example, can become a source of odor if we're wearing the same shoes every day without giving them time to air out. Rotating shoes and using moisture-wicking socks can help, and for those of us who wear dentures, proper cleaning is a must. Bacteria can build up and contribute to bad breath, which can sometimes mix with body odor and make things worse. Now, I know this might feel like a lot to think about, but here's the good news: you don't have to do everything at once. Even small adjustments, like switching to cotton pajamas, adding more greens to your meals, or trying a new laundry trick, can make a noticeable difference. And guess what? There's still more to explore, like the role of hormones, how our home environment affects odor, and even some unexpected natural remedies that have been used for generations. So let's keep going and uncover even more ways to stay feeling fresh, confident, and comfortable in our golden years. Final points and conclusion: hormones, home habits, and natural wisdom. Sometimes the solutions we're looking for have been right in front of us all along, passed down through generations in little bits of wisdom we might have forgotten. Now that we've covered how diet, fabrics, and skincare affect that distinctive elderly smell, let's talk about some deeper factors and some surprisingly simple ways to feel fresher every day. First, let's talk about hormones. If you've ever wondered why body odor seems to shift as we age, hormones play a big role. After menopause or andropause, that's the male version of hormonal changes, our bodies produce fewer sex hormones like estrogen and testosterone. This change affects everything from our skin's oil production to how we sweat, and yes, it can even alter our natural scent. Some researchers believe this hormonal shift is why that old person smell becomes more noticeable later in life. But here's the good news: we can work with our changing bodies, not against them. For example, flax seeds and soy contain natural plant compounds that mimic estrogen, which some studies suggest might help balance things out. And regular exercise, even just a daily walk, helps regulate hormones and keeps our circulation strong, which means toxins get flushed out more efficiently. Now let's talk about your home environment. Did you know the air in our homes can actually hold on to odors and make them worse? Carpets, upholstery, and even curtains absorb smells over time. Opening windows for just 10 minutes a day lets fresh air circulate and prevents mustiness from settling in. If you've got a favorite chair or sofa that's seen better days, sprinkling baking soda on it, letting it sit for an hour, then vacuuming can work wonders. And here's a tip you might not expect: houseplants are natural air purifiers. Spider plants, peace lilies, and English ivy are especially good at absorbing odors and toxins from the air. Plus, they add a lovely touch of life to any room. My grandmother always kept a pot of mint by her bedside, not just for tea, but because its fresh scent naturally brightened the air. Now let's dive into some old-school remedies that really work. Ever heard of apple cider vinegar? Diluted with water, 1 part vinegar to 3 parts water, it makes a gentle underarm toner that helps balance skin pH and reduce odor-causing bacteria. Just dab it on with a cotton pad after showering. And for feet, a 10-minute soak in warm water with a cup of black tea. The tannins kill odor-causing bacteria, can keep them fresh for days. Another trick? Essential oils aren't just for fancy spas. A few drops of lavender or tea tree oil mixed into your moisturizer can give you a light, natural fragrance while keeping bacteria in check. My Aunt Marie used to tuck a sachet of dried rosemary and lemon peel into her dresser drawers. Her clothes always smelled like a sunny garden. Here's the most important thing to remember. Aging is natural, and so are these changes. There's no shame in adapting, just like we've adapted to every other stage of life. The real secret isn't trying to smell like a 20-year-old, it's about feeling clean, comfortable, and confident in the skin you're in right now. So, let's recap the golden rules. Stay hydrated and eat plenty of fresh greens, choose natural fabrics and refresh your laundry routine, keep your skin moisturized and your home aired out. Try gentle, natural remedies like herbs and vinegar. And most of all, be kind to yourself. Every wrinkle, every gray hair, every change tells the story of a life well lived. If you've picked up even one helpful tip from this video, that's a win. Now I'd love to hear from you. What's your favorite freshness tip that's been passed down in your family? Share it in the comments below so we can all learn from each other's wisdom. And if this video helped you, hit that like button and subscribe for more honest, helpful chats about thriving in our golden years. Here's to smelling fresh, feeling confident, and embracing every beautiful year ahead. After all, age isn't about decline. It's about living with the kind of wisdom only time can teach.